day, everyone!
We are here at Summer Colleges Incorporated and we are here to interview language teachers on how they select, develop, and evaluate their instructional materials in their language class. So, come on, let's go!
Good day, everyone. My name is Lily Romal A. Labro. I am an English teacher teaching in Senior High School Department in Summer Colleges Incorporated. Now it is my year 4 in teaching.
Labro, we have prepared 3 questions. So the first question, as a language teacher, how do you select an instructional material in your language class?
Okay. Now, with the correspondence with the question on how do I select instructional materials in my English class, it will depend on what kind of lesson that I am going to discuss to my students. Actually, in English class, there are variety of instructional materials that a teacher can use. For example, if I am going to talk about discussion in role playing, and how are you going to present a role play, there should be different kind of instructional materials such as the video in order for the students can adapt what kind of role playing should they possess or should do in the role playing setup. Now, for example, if I am going to talk about with essays, there should be mechanics and how are you going to use. So that could be a PowerPoint presentation on the mechanics and how are you going to write or how are you going to teach in writing essay.
Okay, sir, thank you. Next question is, as a language teacher, how do you develop an instructional material in your language class?
Now, in regards with developing of instructional materials, it should always be contextualized. It will depend on the needs of the students, because if I am just going to get instructional materials without contextualizing it, students will not learn the things that I am going to discuss with them. That's why contextualization is very important in making an instructional materials. Now, how are you going to contextualize? It is when you assess your students on the on how what is the bracket of their learning. So that it will be easy for the teacher like me to make to develop my instructional material.
Thank you, sir. The last question is, as a language teacher, how do you evaluate an instructional material in your language class?
Now, because I already know my students, so it is easy for me to evaluate what kind of instructional materials I am going to use. Now, it would be somehow different if I am going to discuss my lesson to a STAR class or to those fast learner students compared to those who are slow learners. So, as what I have said in the second question, it is important to contextualize in order for the learning gap to attain in different lessons that I am discussing in my language class.
Thank you, sir, for